It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing and Command Family Medicine. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, friends. You are waking up on this Tuesday, September 17th, and we've got some patchy fog out there in the Ozarks this morning. It's nothing that should slow you down too much, but just FYI, you could be dealing with that, especially if you live in a low-lying spot. Temperatures this morning are in the low 60s, and we are setting up for a warm one across the Ozarks. I have 86 for the high temperature in Springfield today. It will be warm, not just today, but really all week long. In fact, I think we could call it hot by the time we get to later parts of the work week forecast. Visibility this morning could be below a half mile at times. I don't think this is a widespread problem in the Ozarks, but kind of FYI, you might need to use the low beams, plan a few extra minutes if you live in a fog-prone area this morning. Otherwise, the day is looking nice and mostly sunny, and I think those conditions will take over as early as mid-morning. We will stay dry across the Ozarks today. High pressure securely in control of our weather pattern. That means sinking air for us and a whole lot of sunshine, mainly sunny, not just today, but really through the entire work week forecast. I have a lot of dry time, a lot of sun. We will see some ridging happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that will correspond with our warm and dry couple of days that we have ahead. High temperatures back into the 90s. That happens as early as Thursday of this week. So things will be feeling very toasty again in just a couple of days. Temperatures today, I mentioned 86 in Springfield. We could get to the upper 80s, especially in northern Arkansas today. Just keep that in mind that it is going to be warm, especially out west. I have rain chances that are back in the extended forecast, but probably not until this weekend. And even then, it doesn't look like a slam dunk kind of washout type rain by the time we get to the weekend. I do have some scattered rain chances, though, in the forecast for both Saturday and Sunday, and that will eventually bring us a cool down in our forecast. Pretty much for the next couple of days, we're talking about temperatures lows staying in the low 60s and high temperatures climbing up into the 80s each day. I told you by Thursday we could get warm enough to hit 90 degrees. It's also going to be very hot on Friday, but I think we stay dry through this time period and start to introduce the rain chances as early as Saturday. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, that tropical system making waves yesterday, quite literally, on the East Coast near the Carolinas. Gusty winds, heavy rain, and coastal flooding, a result for much of the Carolinas. That's moving up to the eastern seaboard today. Also, windy conditions for the desert Southwest, some wind advisories out there. Not a great setup because, as you know, we've had some fire weather conditions happening out west, so we hope the two don't combine. Windy, though, for our friends out west today. And otherwise, across the country, things have been looking pretty quiet across much of the region. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. Some vegetable knowledge for you. What vegetable was originally purple? Do you think it was A, the potato, B, the carrot, C, the onion, or D, the cabbage? All of which you can find purple versions of today in the grocery store. But which one was originally purple and then became a more commonly different color? Do you know this one? If you chose B, carrot, you would be correct. Yes, you can still buy purple carrots, white carrots, orange carrots. Of course, orange, the most common now, but originally carrots were purple or white. Pretty interesting here. There are some historical pieces that show that carrots were actually white and purple as far back as the 10th century AD. Ancient carrots were purple and white. Modern carrots, they are orange. So kind of interesting. Most carrots were purple before the 17th century. The thought on those pretty purple carrots is that at the farmers market today, those are kind of like the unique new ones. They were violet hued. However, now with modern farming techniques and all of that, we know carrots as purple. So now you know. Congrats if B was your guess. All right, here's your next chance to win. Do you remember this game? Pac-Man, I sure do. In the Pac-Man video game, what is the name of the pink ghost? Do you think it is A, Blinky, B, Pinky, C, Inky, or D, Clyde? You know the one I'm talking about. little pink one. What's the name of that pink ghost in Pac-Man? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much to Command Family Medicine and Rescue Towing for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I hope you have a fantastic day and find a way to beat the heat. If the pool's still open, this would be a good week for it. We've got high temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s each